It's a tug of war, battling to keep my sanity. Say no more, say no more. I love you, but I can't keep killing me. I look at myself, I wonder why you don't recognize who you traumatize me. Now what do I do? Pick up the pieces and go.
Let your heart break sometimes. It's better to leave behind pieces you lost you'll find. Let your heart break sometimes. Let your heart break sometimes. Let your heart break sometimes.
I've adored the time I had living this fantasy. Now I'm looking for a way to better me, a remedy. I look at myself, wonder why you recognize who traumatized me. Now what do I do? Pick up the pieces and go.
It's better to leave behind pieces you lost you'll find. Let your heart break sometimes. Let your heart break sometimes. Let your heart break sometimes.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. It's so strong, stronger now. It's so strong, stronger now. It's so strong. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning
wanna know your dark side. I wanna know your secrets. I wanna be your lifeline. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside. I hate to stare at you through these lights. So I wait for you, wait for me. Wait for you, wait for me. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial.
I wanna know you inside and out. Wanna know what's behind the light. Wanna feel that real love from within. Let me in. I want real love, real highs. You're just enough to get me through. Get me through. 'Cause you're officially perfect for me. So wait for you, wait for you.
Up all night thinking, passing the time, anxiously waiting. You're mine, losing and winning. You can't get it right. Hoping you see me from more than just nights.
Up all night thinking, am I on your mind? Will you come meet me and change my life?
This love could be deeper. Just
Thinking, will you love me?
click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you.
Addicted to you.
Click and scroll, I can't let you go. They say I'm addicted to you. Oh, oh, this ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial. This ain't love, no, no. This ain't love, no, no. This is artificial.
Honey, I'm a perfect 10. What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Oh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. think I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated. It's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Oh.
Everything falls into place. The minute you leave and give me space. I wanna know how it feels to live and let go without being put in my place. I'ma just dive right into the wild side.
And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out, yeah. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I gotta keep you? Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honest fast till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control of this paradise.
Hi, welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I'm Heath, aka the Dire Bear GM. I have a gaggle of friends with me tonight, and we're all going to play some D&D, and you're going to watch because you don't have a choice.
Like it.
You're going to enjoy it because we're funny. Hi everyone. I don't know where that was at.
That's a
Hi,
whole
everyone. Welcome to the Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am the Dire Bear GM, aka Heath Halbrooks. Hi everyone. We have with us, as always, and if you hear my voice going in and out, I apologize. I will be playing in sonorous tones tonight because my voice is trying to go out on me and I don't like it. So it's like, puberty all over again. So I apologize, and there we go. We have with us, as always, the amazing Maddie, who is hosting. She's in the chat as Pink Rambo, so please see her. She is hosting for us. We have the amazing Chief, who is playing Arneth, who is in there as you do talk occasionally. It's in there as Interstellar Machine in the chat. So say hi.
Yeah.
We have Steve, who is playing the amazing Gillet and is easily identifiable as Fun Conscious.
You can't shut me up on there. I'm
You
sorry.
can't. We don't even try. We enjoy it and we love it. We have Eric, who is playing Zine and is in chat as, I don't remember, branded? If you ever say anything in the chat.
I do all the time. What are you talking about?
I just don't recognize who you are.
Brandon.
All right. We have the amazing V, who is playing our little friendly favorite goblin, Grimly. And V is in the chat as Crying Ghost with 2 eyes. Because that's how you cry, out of both eyes. And then we have Jack, who is Ritual Blush in chat. Jack is playing the amazing Yenfear the Bard. The Yenfear the Ill-Prepared.
Listen, that's
The
not
Yenfear-
the title.
The Yenfear. Wait, what are we doing? Wait a second. Listen, Yenfear
I have
the
ADHD, okay?
and a giant cat.
A big old boy. Look at him.
Look at that. That's our special guest for the night. That's Sebastian.
Oh, yeah, Sebastian. My
Oh,
baby.
man.
He's hardly a baby. He's the size of a dog.
I was like,
That
a
is
big
nearly
cat.
enough cat.
There's so many jokes that I could make there, but you know what? It's low-hanging
Listen.
fruit, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
Oh yes, because you're more elevated than that.
I try?
He tries to be. How dare you?
I mean, he is fairly tall, so I'm sure he could reach.
Trying to stay calm.
You're not wrong. I am fairly tall. We are Dire Bear Adventuring Company. We are playing Foundations of Adalar, a homebrewed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game. We've been playing for over a year now. Some of us have joined after the start. Some of us have left after the start and hope that we will get them back again someday because we miss them.
Yes, dearly.
But we always have a good time. We're here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And our sponsor for this episode and on Wednesdays as well is D&D Beyond. That's the letters dndbeyond.com. D&D Beyond. They will let you build your campaigns, let you build your characters, share your content out. It is free to sign up, and you can use the open source material, the rules set, the SRD, to create characters right off the bat. It's easy to do, easy to keep track of. I use it for this campaign. I use it for my live action, or the live action. This isn't live action. This is all pre-recorded. Anyways, I use it for the local live events where I'm at. And D&D Beyond, they're fantastic. Go by and check them out and use them up. Also want to, my hosts are, I'm here at Lucky Dice Cafe in Huntsville, Alabama. Everybody else is in their home, resting comfortably, where I am not. I have to wear pants. So we are here. I mean, I guess technically I don't have to wear pants. It's preferred that I wear pants. Just saying.
We wear shorts.
I'm not really.
Boxer briefs are shorts. In my opinion.
Anyways, so without much further ado, I had talked last week about a giveaway for a very fancy dice bag, and I apologize. We're going to have to put that on hiatus for now, but I will let you know when that is ready, and we will have everything ready to go for it. Let's pay for some more things. We have coffee, or actually we don't have coffee, but we have access to coffee. So if you would like to donate to the show, you can do so via coffee. We have PayPal plugged in there. You can become a patron, and you can see me post about building worlds. We have our first May 30-minute Q&A coming up soon. And if you would like private one-on-one time with me, that sounds really wrong, over video chat.
Private.
Really what I mean.
Video
To
chat.
pick my brain for the 28 years that I've been doing this, writing, creating, and building. If you subscribe, you can, at that proper level, you can get my undivided attention for that time.
Dire Bears
in the mean-
Premium.
Dire Bears Premium. Top shelf. Anyways, without much further ado, last episode, if you were not here to play along, someone was restored to their whole being from ashes. I feel like we should cue a Celine Dion song, but I don't have royalties for that, so never mind. We had a return of a. I don't really know what the proper turn is. You don't. I mean, out of character, you all love him. In character, it's oh Jesus, not this again. Of the trickster demigod Ugdathar, decided to say, "I'm just along for the ride. Give me the relics, and I'll take over this job that you really don't want, do you?" There was an agreement made that no, we're not going to give these to you, but we'll allow you to hang out with us and enjoy the ride.
Chaos.
The chaos that will most assuredly ensue as the
what he thrives on.
Yeah. An agreement was brought upon also to resurrect our beloved Callista. However, payment was still to be expected. And a job was taken, and Zine was flying. Literally, like flying.
Literally through the air.
He's so fly.
Literally flying.
Literally.
A few more days have passed. Ugdathar does not make himself. He makes his presence scarce, coming and going as he sees fit. And we do not wonder about the wiles of a demigod. We just let him do it. Zine, you return. Do you transform outside of town? Do you arrive as a giant thing there in town?
Yeah. I mean, they know he's there now. So he's
That's
literally
true.
just going to fly in and just land with a crash in front of the...
As soon as you start to fly in, black figures with knights mounted on their back, supported by blue and green, ride up and red. I'm sorry, blue, red, and green fly up behind you, forming off. You see one of the riders on the black griffins, charge forward to keep up with you. He looks over at you and kind of gives you a questioning look. You haven't fired lightning. You haven't made any threatening pose. Recognizing who you are, he kind of puts his hand up and gives like a salute, and then he does like this, and you watch as the whole contingency of them peel off and dive back down. Where do you land?
He's flying to the Silken Sash, and he will land
There's
from the building.
probably
wherever
not
there's
enough
big enough
room.
area.
I was like, there's not enough room in front of the Silken Sash.
Yeah. No. What he'll do is he'll go down, and he will shift back into a lizard before he hits the ground.
Okay, so you kind of clamber through, finding a crossroad that's going to be big enough to hold your body as you dive to the ground and you transform properly. As you approach the Silken Sash, making your presence known, party, your big blue friend has returned.
Yep. Except he's a little bit different.
A little bit different.
Yep. He is wearing a thick robe that covers most of his body now. That leaves enough room for his tail. There's bone plating on his forearms and on his shins, as well as on his shoulders, and a bit of a plate across his chest as well.
Okay.
And basically, he looks like a battle mage right now. That's a druid.
A druid battle mage.
Pretty much.
Sweet.
And he will just march right on in. The Silken Sash, just without a plum.
All right. As you arrive, where are you all at? Where are you all?
Did we go anywhere?
Being Arneth,
Meaning-
Yinfir, and Grimly.
Everybody who isn't Zine.
Well,
I'm picking a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Callista and Gillett
A
were picking a
fight.
fight.
Sort of.
Well, sort of picking, yeah.
You signed up for this fight.
We signed up for it. And then we're gonna go make somebody laugh.
Right.
That's right.
Whether they like it or not.
Whether they like it or not.
And that's the
Smile,
part.
at least.
Tasha's hideous laughter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I could have taken
All right.
that. I fucked up.
You failed yourself.
I have made a terrible
I
mistake.
have made a terrible mistake.
I don't
All
know.
right.
It depends on how many errands Mum Dearest has me run.
Right now,
What we were doing. Cuddling? Probably? I don't know.
Cuddling, probably.
I don't know.
That's likely. That's it.
well, just all of you just up in a cuddle pile? All of you?
All of it.
Grimly.
Everyone.
Well, I mean, it's like somebody's wearing a baby Bjorn with another baby Bjorn, and
Just like nesting
sort of
dolls,
sandwiched.
but
Yeah, there you go.
backpacking dolls.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
So Arneth has a backpack that has Yenfir, and on Yenfir's back is Grimly.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
As you go to move out of the door, you just hear
No, it would
Grimly
be
just looks at you going,
like Yinfir on his back and then Grimly on his front.
just looking over your shoulder at each other like just Yenfir's feet stuck straight out in front of him as you bend them, they just kind of drag on the ground, so it's like
This is where you need one of them to have a crossbow, so you become a crossbow turret, essentially.
no, they both have handheld crossbows so that they
They
can
do.
kimbo and just turn in a circle firing.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, it's a John Woo D&D campaign.
Oh no!
Doves, crossbows.
Yep.
Somebody
make it
goes through
happen.
glass. All right, so
Well,
I'm
now
picturing Rose looking at him like, "What the hell?"
What?
Arnaz is just saying,
this?
"Oh, it's leg day."
It's like day.
whose legs?
Oh my god.
You know what?
Never
I'm
mind.
here to judge. This is the Silken Sash, after all, so whatever. All right.
We don't judge
I
you.
mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, the DM glosses over what goes on, but we all know.
We all know.
We all
Everybody
know.
is well aware.
Uh-huh.
Board games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twister.
Okay, Arnett. That's totally what we do.
Dancing.
Charades.
Don't wake daddy. All right. So
Oh my god.
I apologize for nothing.
Sorry. What are we
Uh-huh.
talking about?
You know how I said my voice is going to go out on me? Yeah. It's going to be gone.
It begins.
Mhm.
Okay. As you are all resting, there is a knock on the door as Mumsy hands you, is standing there on the other side. She asks you, respectfully, are you decent?
Define decent.
clothed.
And I'll look down. And I'll shrug. And I'll sigh. And I'll go find where my pants are. And then I will pull them on and open the door.
Just pants, no shirt, just pants.
No.
Awesome.
She
just
get
gives
minimal
you.
effort, okay?
She goes. I hate to interrupt, but I have a job for you.
I know. What is it?
Don't get cross with me, young man.
I'm not. And I'll open the door more, and there's Grimly just laying on the bed beside Arneth, and I'm just this.
Well, this actually could be a family event.
Oh, good.
We're looking. I've caught word from several of my regular patrons that they have dallied afar from the Silken Sash, and they have been taken advantage of for their dalliances. Some claim that it's a young woman, human. Some claim that it's a young elven woman. There's a little discrepancy in there. Most confirm, though, that they do find her in the marketplace. However, it seems as though she might be a bit of a drifter. We were unable to track her down, and that's where you come in.
Okay. I hate to be like this, but I'm not exactly known for my investigation skills. Is there any other information?
She pats your cheek gently and she goes, I'm sure you'll figure it out. And with that, she goes, Zine's back here. At least it appears to be Zine. Looks like Zine. And with that, she kind of leaves and heads downstairs.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone get ready. We have work to do, I guess.
But I was just getting cozy.
You try to stay here while I go work. I'm leaving you at the bottom of a lake.
It's literally my worst nightmare. All right.
Like, wow, you had to go for like the phobia. Okay.
Can you not swim?
He can swim. It's just, past things, past
Gotcha.
traumas.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had
You
to be
can, but it's
that
that panic swim.
Yeah.
the old
Arnath in
PTSD
water.
swim.
He'll probably just drown.
Yeah.
Not to do this to you, but...
Oh no.
All right.
Like a puddle.
Arnath, just turn over!
You can't stand up.
Just stand up. He stands up. It's like 5 feet, 4 feet.
Oh god,
away.
no, it's the friggin' scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights where it's
Yes, he's in
barely
the
a
creek.
crick.
It's like it's a brook, and he's just flailing around in it.
Yes.
Really, this is what we're doing.
He's like rolling around and drowning.
We still
Okay.
don't have armor for Grimly.
You don't.
Or weapons.
You don't.
I guess we should do that.
Yeah.
You have clothes for him, though.
Thank God.
The lace cuffs on the sleeves are a little weird, but yeah. It's like little boy Fauntleroy. He's got the knickers on with the buckled shoes and.
He's a fancy lad now.
He is a fancy gremlin lad. It's like crushed purple velvet.
Oh my god.
He just looks.
Gaudy
he's
goblin.
Just like, he's just giving you death glares.
Oh my god,
Alright.
that could be a name for a rival of the Silken Sash, the Gaudy
The Gaudy
Goblin.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no! Why did you have to say that? It's coming.
It's it's definitely
no.
a seedy tavern in the dock ward.
Honestly,
All
yeah,
by
probably. Okay, well, I guess we should go do that. Grimly, do you have any money?
We'll take the pockets from these little shorts and just flip them inside
Turn 'em
out.
He lost everything in here.
You mean I
It's
actually
all
have a
buried
child?
under a house. Yeah.
No.
Ugh.
We have a teammate that we need to take care of.
Ooh.
My mud, my book bag, mud, my other mud.
There's no oohing. I'm just not gonna call him my son.
You're not gonna call him a child.
I know he's not a
treat him
child.
like a child, but he's not a
He's
child.
not a child, but I will take
Objectively
care of him.
older than me.
All right.
Not me, you.
I will
Um,
protect.
They seem to be dragging their feet about coming downstairs. Are you heading upstairs?
This
Mr. Zine.
Yeah.
I'm
too
pretty
busy
sure you are. I'm pretty sure you're not a quiet walker.
No, he's not.
We all
There's
hear
a
it
sound
coming.
of
hear his
boom,
lizard
boom,
feet.
boom, boom,
Bang,
boom,
bang, bang. Oh
as
no.
he comes up the staircase.
Hey, Zine, you look nice.
And you look far too comfortable for this late in the evening.
Okay, first of all, this is the first real break we've gotten in a while. Second of all, what is this?
This is what my Archmagus insisted I wore when I returned.
It's
When I
beautiful.
flew for 2 weeks across an entire continent with very little sleep.
Oh, we missed you, buddy.
You look great.
We
I
missed you so much, and I'll go over and hug him.
I'm over by the
One of
bed.
his soft bellies is hugging you.
Why?
I'm lightheaded. Oh god.
You're obviously grumpy.
Here's the thing about that gold thing that we were okay, so
Laser
was-
eyes on fear.
I was can you why does your face look like that? Can you just like make your face a different look? You're making me nervous. Okay.
I know how dragons are with gold.
Okay, no.
25,000
It's gonna be
gold
good
is
for
not
you
an
in the end.
insignificant amount of my hoard.
No. It's gonna be good. You're gonna be happy. Okay, so you know that gold thing we were talking about? That you flew like for days and days, no sleep and
Yes.
blah blah blah. Well, okay, so what happened was
Yenfer was
Rose.
patient.
I wasn't impatient. No, I just thought well,
Get to the
I had to talk
point.
to my yes. Okay, so you know Rose, great. My mom, great, 100% fantastic woman. So she decided to pay the money front. That's what she told me she did. I look at Arneth. What is the story with that again? I'm a little
So, you're telling I flew for 25 days for nothing.
Was it 25 days? I feel like it was only like 10 days.
It
was
took
a-
10 to
it was-
get there, 10 to get
was-
back.
It was
He
a
was
10
there.
day. I thought we said it was just a 10 day, not 2 10 days.
It's said it was a 10 day to get there.
Oh, you're right. It is 20 days total.
And he spent some actually having to rest.
okay. So is it nothing though? I mean, I feel
I feel like you should go give that to Rose.
she
Maybe?
paid us a very good favor, and you know the only reason she did that is because I essentially made a deal. So It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't because I was impatient. It's because I saw everyone. I saw Gillet and Callista, and it was just it was too much for me to bear. I'm sorry.
I'm still hugging Zion, by the
Just hey, buddy.
Squeeze.
Hi, buddy.
Squeeze. We're good, right?
Why are you still hugging?
way. I'll let go.
Because I'm afraid to let go.
Because I like
Be
my
perfectly
elf in
honest.
one piece.
He will walk in to the room.
Mm-hmm.
He will kneel down by Grim. Have you recovered well, little one?
I love how Grimly conveys so much with so little.
For those who are just watching and not actually listening,
and
Grimly
he-
just
and he
puts
will-
a thumbs up to
and he will
signify
reach
that yes,
over.
they are okay.
Sorry.
He will reach over and ruffle Grimly's hair. Stand
I've
up.
I just realized how
Taking care
gaudy
of
this
him.
outfit was.
He will stand up,
Ew.
turn around, walk over towards Jin. Where is your mother?
She's probably in her office.
Across the hallway where the door is open.
Just it's over there.
Yeah.
Rose.
And he walks right toward the office.
I can only imagine that she is cackling listening to this entire thing going on across the hall.
She's like, "Wow, you dumbass." Okay, I'm just gonna close the door at this point. Once I leave, the door is
Just
closed as
close the
fuck.
door, turn around, and just go.
Literally, I'm like, do you remember him being that
Intense.
because
That is the perfect word for Zine. Intense.
I
intense?
feel like it was at a 10 before, now it's at like a 20.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with some.
But I mean, I'd be mad too if I flew away with a purpose and came back and found out that that purpose was kind of moot.
So I should have just let Gillet just, cry and grieve for 10 days for no reason. And
No.
yeah, it's fine.
You weren't in the wrong.
I can't win. I can't
Rose.
Right now, we'll hug him.
Nothing I do.
Rose looks up from her books as you enter the office. And of course, as is always, she looks nonplussed by your presence. Or not nonplussed, but she doesn't look disturbed by your presence and your appearance. She unfolds, she actually opens a ledger that she has in front of her and then crosses her fingers in front of herself and says, I trust your trip was a safe one?
There is not many creatures that attack something of my size.
Understand that I sold a secret to them to get them to do this faster, to expedite. I basically struck something off of my books that I've been holding on to for some time. It is now forgotten. They were not paid. They were merely encouraged to take action sooner. So, your trip wasn't for nothing. And she looks back down into her ledger and continues to write.
What secrets that?
Oh, my dear. The secrets that the sash has are told in the utmost secrecy and amongst the sheets, and I wouldn't dare divulge those. Just anyone.
A lady doesn't, kiss and tell.
You understand. Much
And
like
yet
I
I
kept
am that-
your secret amongst your comrades.
The whole city knows about me at this point.
But at the time,
And yet, I am that someone currently holds debt.
breaking
You're
up just a little bit on me.
Breaking up. Man.
Sorry.
Like, I am currently that someone that holds the debt you now owe.
It's the debt that you had taken it upon yourself in the first place. I had not changed the debt. I did not assume your debt. I did not take over the price. I merely expedited what would have taken your trip in a much shorter time.
And yet she now lives.
Isn't that a blessing upon all of you?
It is, yes.
Then we've no more conversation. It is truly good to see you.
You know, you are the first mortal that has said that to me in many thousands of years that I actually believe means that.
Good.
Rude.
You're a force to be reckoned with, and I recognize that. But in my own way, so am I. And I believe that they all benefit from having you around.
Tell that to them.
Oh, they know. But you are rather intense. Has anyone ever told you that?
Would you prefer me to be the maniacal mastermind that I can be, and I will have caused this city to fall by now?
This is very...
I have the army to do it.
Yes, I know. I just say... smile more. No, I take that back. I've seen lizard folk smile. It's terrifying.
Actually, as she says that,
Uh-huh.
he just goes, "Perhaps you're right." Then his form will shift,
Mhm.
and he will pull himself into a human form
Damn it!
with long black
Take it
hair
away,
tied
Chad.
back into a ponytail, with blue highlights through the hair, still with the same amber eyes,
Mhm.
and then he just grins, as if he's always known how to. Like, this is one of my.
Get it? Get it right.
Yeah, I have to fix the voice because he's not a lizard man right now. He goes, "This is one of my other forms. The form that I took long before this city was ever founded."
I hate
Next time
that
I have
this is
a-
happening.
The next time I have a particular guest over, remind me to come find you in that form. Thank you very much for all that you do for them. I appreciate it, even if they don't say it. I know that they do as well. Take very good care of yourself. Okay.
I will try. And he won't change out of his human form. He will leave the room in his human form.
Sorry, I'm gonna ask, are you still gonna go by Zion, or do I need to update the overlay?
No, his name is still Zion.
Okay, I just had to
But-
check.
Wait,
he is
just
in
a
his human
goddamn minute. You're fucking lucky that door is closed, because Yenfir would literally shit a brick.
There's as you leave your very perceptive hearing. Here's a whew, okay from the office. Just under her breath, just kind of almost.
He will.
God damn it, I love her so much.
He'll hear that. He'll stop, look in the room, and goes, "I gave you that scale."
You're right.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Yenfir's got himself a dragon daddy!
And he'll wink at her, then he'll leave.
God damn it!
I hate this so much. I'm so triggered.
Is he still super tall or is he normal height now?
No, he is about somewhere between 5'11" to 6 feet in his form.
Okay.
He looks like he has
punch in head.
has an athletic build, and he's got a very trim. He's got a 5'13".
That's me. I'm 5'13".
Yeah, his skin is a very like light tanned color as well.
Mhm.
Just very very rich jet black hair with the blue highlights. He
Would you
just-
call his skin tone Lawrence of Arabia?
Yeah, actually.
Well, around that time,
His new name,
Lawrence of Arabia.
Antonio Bandragon.
Awful.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. While all of these shenanigans are going on the far side of town, we have a battle to commence.
Wow.
Hard whoops.
You wanna throw an initiative in there? Let me clear the order here.
Yarp.
We will theater of the mind this. The ring is 20 feet diameter. It is a circle, so we have 20 feet that we can move in there. Okay.
All right.
And I need just so I have an initiative.
To answer your question, Chief, he is a dragon. He's been around for a very long time. He wasn't always a super grumpy lizard.
Daddy.
I need y'all to stop that. We're done.
Well, I mean, if Rose has her way, that might happen.
Oh god damn it.
Stop!
Congratulations.
I already
on
have
being
one
dad.
dad I hate. I can't handle two.
Uh-huh.
Who said you're gonna hate him?
Really?
in fear?
See, Jack, let me put it to you this way. He did not punch you out a window.
That's plus.
And if it makes you feel better, you do still have to go pay for her resurrection.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes. But he's not doing it right now.
that's
He's not doing it right now. He's got other things to do.
He's negotiating terms.
No, yeah.
oh
Um,
my god.
he's gonna wait in
Y'all-
the sash in his human form and wait for everybody's reactions.
Grimly
He's
just
Because
coming down
he
his own.
loves God,
The dramatics of it all.
he's so fucking unnecessary. Okay.
He's so extra.
I mean, it explains
beautiful.
why Yinfir does not get along with him because Yinfir can't stand to be outdone.
Oh,
You got me there.
that is so fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh,
my god.
yeah.
Okay,
alright.
sorry.
I mean, as Grumpy Cleric says, he's old. He doesn't get much entertainment
He's
anymore.
been a presumed only child for like his
He's-
entire life, okay? He needs to be the center of attention like 100% of the time.
Is that how
I
they
say
tell the
presumed
child works?
because yeah.
Alright, well, I wouldn't know. I have a sibling.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna leave the room now. Oh, like, I don't even know.
You're good. Anyway,
In
yeah,
real, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But Yinfree has no idea any of that happened, so, I guess he'll
Okay.
just, like, do his whatever.
There's
Yes, across
there's my
town.
token
What's
so
happening?
that I have it. It is not. There we go. So now I've got initiative. So you will take a first turn on
While this
your
cross
route.
town is happening, I'll be right back.
Sure thing. All right. He squares off against you, a great sword in his hands. He nods his head at you, the helmet still fully on, even though that one doesn't have it. You see, he nods at you. The armor looks like an impenetrable single piece, but you can see that there are folds and creases in it, and it's designed for him to have mobility, but still be super protected. What do you're up first. Give me the full description. I want to paint this.
Well, I was actually planning on, especially with the single-digit initiative, but who knew? Planning on holding my attack until he makes a movement for me.
You can absolutely do that. You want to hold your action until he makes.
Yeah, I'm going to hold. I'm not going to be using my weapon. It's just going to be my
Just your
fists
hands.
and feet. Yeah, I'm going to be holding my attack until then. I was thinking about taking patient defense, but I don't think it's going to be really necessary for the first round. So I think
If you take patient defense, as soon as he comes at you, your action would kick off that action that you have as a held action, or say as soon as he swings. I mean, you would. I guess patient defense would still be
still
up,
act.
still active because you activate it as a bonus action,
Yeah.
and that doesn't negate because of your reaction. So I mean, you could do it. I'll allow it.
Okay, then yeah, I will hold my strike and I'll just burn the key now.
Okay,
So I can keep track of it.
You drop back into a stance, keeping your guard up, waiting for him, but you've kind of got your toes set in the gravel so that you can easily strike whenever the time comes. Okay. Awesome. Well, he kind of, you watch as the helmet tilts to the side. You can see that even though you can't see the face behind it, maybe just the eyes, you realize that he's kind of confused about what you're doing, but then he just shrugs and moves forward. You watch as he doesn't really drag it, but he keeps the greatsword low. Both of his hands are like the blade is actually underneath as opposed to out to the top, and his hands are like this, like he's going to sweep this way. As he moves close to attack, go ahead and roll.
Sorry, you broke up. Go ahead.
Go ahead and roll your attack as he comes into strike.
All right.
Okay. The 27 does hit. The 11 does not.
And that is going to be a roundhouse kick.
Okay.
Trying to at least get him
You
a
wouldn't
bit
you wouldn't
dizzy,
you wouldn't get your second one.
right.
No, wait, you have multi-attack, don't you? Sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry, my brain went somewhere else on that. All right. So roundhouse kick, are you going to drop a key point in there to try to stun him or anything?
I am.
Okay. Which action are you going to be taking?
I've been going back and forth between the knockdown and the actual stun.
Mhm.
But I am going to go ahead and do the stun. Where did that
All right.
knock
So I
down?
think it's a Constitution saving throw on my part.
Let's see. That is not the right one.
All right. Well, I do know that it's a con save, so
Yeah.
DC should be the same.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's a DC 15. Still. Okay. You hit the armor and the metal rings out as you strike it. It shakes underneath the palm, or actually the kick that you land on it. It actually leaves a little bit of a dent in it, not really hurting the integrity of the armor overall, but it was a good strike. He slides slightly to the right as your kick comes in, and he stops and he looks at you and he nods his head. And from there, you hear the voice isn't old, but it's seasoned.
Hmm.
It was a good hit. And now he's going to strike you, or try to strike you.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't actually roll damage, did I?
Nope, but I do need some damage.
Boop.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. That's okay. Wow, that is not the armor class. Thank you. That's better. All right. His attack is going to be made with the greatsword, swinging it up through the gravel, recovering himself. Okay, cool. I know what that roll is. Move that over there so I can see it at a glance. Total of 20 to hit you. And on the backswing, 21.
All
So
right.
you watch as he brings the blade up, and as he gets to the apex, he whips it around in his hands and strikes it back down in the same slash. So it's right back down at you.
Mm.
And I don't need to move off of there. Okay. More than half of his total hit points remaining? Oh, okay. 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 You take 18 points of damage.
All right.
All right. Your turn again. As he brings his sword up, he goes, "It is not. There is no dishonor in yielding if the fight becomes too much."
Agreed.
And he stands at the ready.
Likewise, bitch.
Take your own advice.
All right. Well, here goes.
Okay. The 23 hits.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Gillett, before we move on, Steve,
Mhm.
I remember you were at disadvantage. I had disadvantage on the attack because you're patient defense. I apologize.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes.
I do apologize. So let me go ahead and get these two rolls here. So the 14 would have missed you.
Mhm.
So actually, both of those attacks would have missed you.
Oh, all right.
So I apologize. Go ahead and rectify that, and I'll remember patient defense on. So I apologize. Anyway, so the 23 does hit, and he takes 8 bludgeoning damage. So instead of the "it's okay, there's no dishonor in surrendering," he says, "You're rather spry."
I do try.
All right. You did not go into patient defense this time around?
I am not done either.
Oh, that's true. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I still wanted to do this.
Okay, the 28 definitely hits. The 14 does not.
Shazam.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Now, is that your turn, sir?
That'll be my turn. As I
Okay.
try desperately to pummel his torso through the iron.
So a 24 and a 20.
Those will both hit.
All right. This is going to hurt you. I just want to go ahead and let you know that ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
It's 43 points of damage
Ugh.
for both attacks as he swings with, like, recognizing now you're moving in and out of patterns of way you bounce on your feet. You watch as his head snaps left. He brings the sword around like he's going to strike this way, immediately whips it back the other direction and one more across your chest like that. And then he kind of steps back, holding his sword at the defense. All right. He stands at the ready. Your turn.
I see you are seasoned.
Well, you don't get to be my age without taking a few hits. And you kind of watch him flex his rib cage, like where you've been just pounding the side of his armor in.
All right.
Does the Johnny Bravo thing.
Yeah. All right.
Pa, pa, pa. All right.
Your turn.
All right. Well, still going to keep on this.
Okay. The 17 misses, but the 26 hits.
Boy, I'm just going 50-50 each time.
Yep. Okay.
All right. And with this one, I'm going to go ahead and try and stun him again.
Okay. Only a 10. So this time, as you hit him, he kind of gives that a oh, and he seems to be locked in place. So he can't take his turn because he's stunned until the end of your next turn.
Hmm.
So you get a free round on him, basically.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
At advantage.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Because he is stunned.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and turn your advantage on and pummel him again.
Sounds like a good plan.
I encourage violence.
26 and 24.
Yes. Both of those will hit. Job.
Kablam, kablam.
All right.
And because I can.
Ooh, trying to knock him down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Yuck. Maybe. He's not horrible in there. So, you try to sweep his feet. He just kind of drops his knees and like sets himself against the sweep of the feet, and he's like, "That was a good tactic." All right, and that is your turn. He is no longer stunned, so it is now his turn. Yeah, he's just do what you do and do what you do best, right?
Mm.
Ooh, that's a critical.
Oh god.
Oof.
That's a miss. Why did I have two rolls there? Oh, that other one was that
Dexterity
was a
saving
save.
throw.
Sorry, yeah, that was a save. I was like, what is that? All right, so the 14 misses, but the first one catches you pretty good. It's good though that he missed with the second one because then that would have been a lot of dice I'm rolling.
Yeah. Would have been gross.
It's still 31 points of damage though off critical.
So let's
Okay.
hope he wasn't using a Vorpal.
No, no.
Ooh.
God, that's gross. I don't want to kill any more characters this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I will if I have to.
That's
Oh,
not to
dear.
say we did.
Cap,
All right. Yeah.
how is this guy looking in the armor?
You're not sure. The armor is clearly dented in places. He's going to have it,
He's gonna have to have it fixed.
smoothed out. Yeah, but you're not sure. He doesn't show any signs of weight. All right,
Well.
Gillett, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and just put that to use. Might as well get me some, 36 HP back?
Uh-huh.
Alright. There we go. Oop. There we go.
All right. So that's your action.
That is my action, but I will go ahead and I can still use patient defense if I don't attack, right? So I'll just go ahead and burn another key point for that.
Okay, so dropping back into that defensive pose, he circles around you carefully, looking for an opening, realizing that defenses are pretty sealed up, so he's going to have a hard time trying to get through there. But he's going to try anyway. So the first attack is only a 12.
Alright.
The second attack, however, is still a 21.
Okay.
So he brings the flat of the blade, which you deflect off, and he uses that motion to spin the blade over his head and then strike you once again.
Ah.
All right. 13 points of damage. All right.
Alright.
And with that, he doesn't really put his defensive, but you see him set the sword like out in front of him.
Very well. Pride alive. Pride alive.
Your wife is cheering for you from the sidelines, by the way.
Pride.
Yeah, right?
Callista,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like for you to give me a perception check.
Oh yeah, because that goes so well. So I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos because, yeah. We're gonna do that. Jesus Christ, it's still not great.
Might be enough, though. Hold on.
Okay.
Across the way, you beat it by 1, just so you know.
Oh, goody.
Across the way, you see one of the everybody's cheering and shouting and things like that, but you watch as somebody seems to be muttering, but you don't seem to see anybody else around them that is like paying attention to what they're saying. So it's not like he's leaning over and talking to somebody nearby. Give me an Arcana check.
Could I just cast Detect Magic instead?
Yes, I will allow that. Okay. Across the way, you see someone. It really Detect Magic would see an effect, and you can see that the champion there in front of Gillett, like his gauntlet, like the not the gauntlets, but the vambraces here on his arms are glowing slightly with enchantment magic, and you can see the person across the way is moving their fingers, but you're not sure what they're doing, but you're pretty sure that they might be either casting or doing something.
Okay. Well, in that case, because most spells require you to be able to see, she's going to cast darkness directly on top of the person who's casting. And then she says in a nice, loud voice, "Quit your cheating."
A globe of darkness is dropped around the crowd and partway onto the combat area. Not enough to block out. You two can still see each other, but immediately behind you. The globe of darkness engulfs part of the crowd. There's immediately cries and people like screaming in panic and terror.
Okay.
As soon as you call out, "Quit your cheating," the two nobles who are standing side by side look at one another. And the noble that hired you looks over at you. "What is the meaning of this? What do you see?"
Well, as a experienced spellcaster, and she kind of moves her fingers, you'll notice that it took verbal and movement to cast spells. There is somebody in that little field of darkness that has been muttering to themselves and moving their hands in a spellcasting motion. I would assume to buff your opponent. Which I have been refraining from doing to assist my husband. And I don't take kindly to cheaters.
The man in the armor throws his sword down on the gravel and looks at the noble who he has hired him. He takes his helmet off, and as he does, you see silver hair that comes down to just about here. His face has a few scars on it. One eye is covered in like an eye patch. He takes and throws the helmet on the ground. He immediately he throws his sword down and starts removing like bits of his armor as he does so. And it's not a quick process. You watch as he starts throwing it off, and he looks at the noble, never breaking the one eye contact that he has. You would hire those in this crowd to besmirch my name, so that they would know that Cyric Blackbuck, champion, is no more than a cheater, even if it weren't true. And he's got the breastplate, and you can see him peel it off. You can see bruises underneath the armor where you've been punching the piss out of him. And he throws the breastplate down. You wouldn't. He's got a jerkin on over there, but he takes that off, and now you can see the bruises on. He says, "You would dishonor me. I was told that this would be an honest fight, and you tell me now that it's not." You watch the noble. I just had to secure my place in this matter. Come on, you can take him. No, and he throws his gauntlets down. This fight is over. I will not be your champion. And he turns and he looks at you and he holds a hand out to you, Gillett, and goes, I apologize. I thought that this was honorable combat. You fought valiantly.
It was an honor to be in combat with him.
He just punches his blood out of his bag.
It was an honor to punch the fuck out of you.
And he goes, now, if you don't mind, you should take care of those. I'm going to go ice down my rib cage. And he winks, turns, and starts to walk off. As he walks by, he stops and looks at the noble for a second, who kind of winces back away from him. Cyric, come on, Cyric! And he just keeps walking right past him. Just breeches, boots, his full plate armor is just laying there on the ground. His great sword, his helmet, everything.
Gillett, we should probably go take that back to him before somebody else takes it.
Looking at the armor, you see on the chest piece is it's made from steel, but you can see that it's a heart or deer. But the antlers of it and the face of it are done in like a darker metal or almost black, and they come up to the shoulders. It's clearly stylized for him. So this is not going to fit anybody else. But it doesn't seem to be magical from when you cast Detect Magic on it.
The only thing that was magical was the Vambracers. And
right, just the
I
Vambracers.
think that was just enchantment from whoever was casting it.
Right, exactly. At least that's what you think.
That's what I think.
So.
Detect Magic lasts for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Up to 10 minutes if you concentrate.
So as soon...
Does your globe
darkness
of
is
darkness.
Also concentration. Okay. Then she's going to let darkness drop.
Okay.
And then walk over and just kind of collect his armor.
It's pretty heavy, but yeah you can collect.
I'm already there. I'm
collecting the things that I can collect, okay?
She got the gauntlets, the vambraces,
the jerkin.
Maybe the greaves, the jerkin. You're like stuffing everything into the jerkin to carry it all.
Yeah.
All right.
And then she's going to look at the noble. Well, considering the fact that he has technically forfeited, our payment, please.
Oh, absolutely. And he pays you the marks that were promised to you, signs off on the contract to show you that it's completed. Actually, he wouldn't pay you.
No.
He signs off on the contract to show that it's completed. However, he does give you 15 platinum. It's just in a little pouch. He kind of hands it to you. An extra gratuity. Job well done. Quite a show.
Much obliged.
I would make sure that you fight in an anti-magic field next time, if you want it to be fair.
It's a good idea. Take that under consideration. Hopefully I'll never find myself in this situation.
Yeah. Fight your own battles.
No.
I'm far too rich for that.
Can we find that knight that walked off without his shit? Would it be relatively easy to find him by asking people on our
maybe.
way by? Okay.
Maybe.
Because that's what she'd like to do. She'd like to go find him so they can return his armor.
Okay. You're not sure. It would probably take you some time, but if you like maybe take it to the Adventurers Guild, you think maybe you could that way.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All of you carrying this armor across. You arrive back at the Adventurers Guild, turn the armor over. You tell him the name.
Yeah.
Cyrinc, Cyrinc, Blackbuck. He kind of gives you a nod. That sounds familiar. Hands you the money for the contract completed, puts it away, and he looks at you and do you have a chance to complete the other contract that you had?
Not yet.
Understood?
Kind of hard when we're carrying all of this.
Maybe that would have made them laugh.
That's... Why didn't we think of that? Me and that armor would have been a sight to behold.
All right. Not across town, but on another part of town. The three of you, excuse me, I apologize. I will assume the four of you. Did you tell Zine about the job that you had?
We need to see Zion first.
We need to see him first.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I totally forgot.
God, Heath. Let me have my moment of excuse
Pull
me.
yourself together.
Pull yourself
Quit.
together.
I'm just going to leave. I suck at this.
Wow, that's not a good look. We're going to turn that back off. And we're going to sit back and...
You blend into the shadows.
I'm a rogue now. Just nobody looking.
Just reading Twitch chat, I love how this ever expanding, like increasing number of wolves has just become a thing.
I know. 5 million wolves.
We need a shirt that says "I summon 1,850,000 wolves."
Can we put a random number
dude.
on every print so nobody knows
Oh,
what
God.
number
That would be so
get?
expensive to make.
God, that would be such a clusterfuck.
Actually, it wouldn't be that bad.
No,
Could
just
you
get
do
the
those?
shirts and
We could do a limited print. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Mm-mm.
And just have them increasing in number. Oh God, Jesus.
It's really dependent on how we do the shirts. You could get, if you're doing them like, you get the order and then you put the order in, but anyway, that's not what we need to be talking about right now because we have 3 people that need to see Human Zine. Let's
But
go.
we do have merchandise, and we'll have them
Coming.
up in the store soon. So
Soon.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm going downstairs. Where's Zine sitting?
And where infant goods, I go.
just he's sitting buck naked on the divan in the parlor.
I'm just like, not the weirdest thing I've seen, but you might want to go to a
he's,
private room.
Welcome to the Silken Sash.
He's over by the fireplace. And he's just, he has a book out. And he's just reading.
He's
Okay.
throwing negative splits.
Closed.
Yes.
Closed. Oh, grumpy. So I honestly probably don't look twice at him at first because I don't know that it's him. But I will be kind of looking around for a giant lizard folk person. So I'm just standing in the common area, like.
Yeah, I will also be helping.
Grimly's like looking like our Lord Fauntleroy. Lace cravat. It's just.
Oh, I love him. Okay.
We won't say where they got the outfit. But remember
Stole it.
that they
Walked into
hire
the wrong
all
room.
kinds here at the Silken Sash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They stopped by the Gaudy Goblin.
Yeah.
I walked into the wrong room at some point, and I was like, "Oh, these must be mine because they look mine." And then I realized
There's a halfling who's missing his clothes.
it's just like, Grimly, where did you get that?
I
There's a-
found it in
there's
the
a-
room.
There's a halfling with a cushion covering himself going, has anyone seen my clothes?
Scrambles up.
Oh God! Oh, go
Anyways.
check the lost and found.
This whole night is just fantastic. All right.
Okay, yes. So I'm looking around for Zine.
I'm helping.
They're
don't
all looking
see
around
him.
for you, but not you.
He'll get up. He'll just walk over and is like, "Pardon me, you seem to be looking for somebody. Might I help?"
This piece of shit.
This mother.
This motherfucker. So you
Chief,
said
I
like
love
your
you.
coloring, like your is kind of familiar. Are you wearing the same outfit?
More or less, yeah.
I
My
feel like I would notice the
my
outfit.
yin fear senses are tingling. Something's not
You know
right.
what?
Yin Fear
You know
never
what?
forgets an outfit.
Hang on. I want Yenfir and Arneth and Grimly, if you want to get involved in this, perception checks. I want you, Mr. Zine, Eric, look at me, to give me a deception check.
Okay.
I'm just like, who is this? I don't know. I'm going to the kitchen. See ya.
People.
I'm like, oh no, we're just looking for a wait.
And
Just,
we're
just
out.
straight, or do I technically maybe get advantage for being a completely different form?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
No.
You piece of shit.
I mean, look,
Are you
there's still
gonna
a
roll
Does he
chance
have
that
a
I
mustache?
No. So bad.
30.
Wow.
Half is
You,
zero to charisma. So
at least it's not
It's
a
a noof
negative.
from me, dog.
There's
Arneth, actually, all three of you recognize the outfit. It looks familiar.
What in hell's
I'm 3 feet tall. I don't recognize these.
what?
I recognize the
All knees look the
kneecaps.
same.
What is
All
this?
kneecaps.
This isn't what I meant when I. What are you doing?
You're short now.
what am I doing?
I'm not short, and I just
Yeah.
like look at Arnett like the fuck. He's the same height as me.
I
You're
was
shorter
not
than me.
always
Grumpy
a
cleric.
lizard.
I'm hitting on your mom.
You were not always a lizard. You just got.
Throughout my many thousands, I have held quite a few different forms. This happens to be my favorites.
And why did you choose this?
It was a hit with
No.
all the human women.
You trying to fuck my mom or something? We're gonna have to fight.
I'll say no. He will just grin. Like it looks natural, but also looks like sort of like an impish smile. And said, "Why don't you ask your mother?"
I'm
Eric?
literally gonna punch his fucking face in.
What kind of hairstyle does he have again? It's an
Hold my earrings.
It's long, but it's held back in a loose ponytail at about the base of his skull. It's black with blue highlights running through it.
Arneth is just gonna like put his hand on Zine's head. And he's just gonna start
Because now
stroking his nice hair.
because now it's reverse, where before Zine was taller than
Yes.
taller.
God, you're
You're like
short.
Hold on.
I can change back. Makes it easier.
I'm indifferent. I like
I'm
it.
actually like looking through my spell list right now because you don't just get to say that shit and get away with it. I'm sorry. Toll the Dead. I'm just kidding.
Except he was being literal because Yidfir's mom asked him to smile, and he can't do that as a lizard.
Literally,
Yeah.
you don't look at Rose. You don't think about Rose. You don't talk to Rose. You don't talk about Rose.
Too late.
Arneth is progressively just messing his hair up more and more.
It's like the ponytail's already like come undone.
Are you enjoying it?
100%.
There's something about my hair that fascinates you.
You have hair now.
I have hair in many.
And you're so small.
Would you prefer it if I turned into a half orc?
I mean,
I'm about to like.
I like
relax
that.
your
Oh,
marriage.
She like
I want
actually.
actually, yeah. I want everybody to quiet down for a second. That answer wasn't no. It was like, can you?
Oh shit! I don't
Yen
have the
feared
Steve,
spell.
I'm so upset we're missing this.
I actually
Yeah.
don't have the spell I want to use.
Which
But
spell was
Hold person.
it?
But I have something else, and
Dominate monster.
Which would not work on him.
A simple grapple.
simple. Come on, he has
simple
like a zero, like a.
I know what I said. Dominate. Kick to the nuts.
No. We've already had one proposal in this.
Oh god.
I would like to cast polymorph though.
That was a punch to the
On
nuts.
your-
I'm sorry.
On yourself or on him?
On him, duh.
Wait,
Okay.
hang on, Cap. We need to mark this down. This is the first time polymorph is being used by a player character, and it's not on me.
Yes.
I mean, didn't you try to use it on me?
That's
Oh.
fair.
Did I?
I wish I was kidding. Every campaign that I'm in with Jack, they have tried to polymorph me at least once.
It works, and Aethlin deserves it.
He was a spider.
You tried
He
to
was a
turn me
spider.
into a spider.
It works. It's a
Anyway,
good
sorry.
skill.
Sorry,
okay.
I just, 'cause
Anyway,
then it happened on Tuesday
You need a
night
saving
too.
throw.
here. I'm going to clicky click
Done my
so
thing.
people can see.
What's
And
this? What's the DC?
Wisdom.
Blah.
What's the DC?
Is it the spell save?
It's on your spell page.
16.
Yes.
I feel like your charisma should be higher than that.
Oh well.
And I turn him into
I
a
am
worm.
going to choose to succeed.
Excuse me.
Okay, hang on. I don't want anybody to explain it. Yeah, what is he? What
I'd
is
like
he
to turn
really?
him. Okay,
No,
what
no,
is he
no.
really?
Hold on. No. Right, he chose to succeed. What is he? Really? What is Zine? He's a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragons have a legendary ability that allows them to succeed a saving throw that they would have failed.
He can eat my entire dick.
Legendary resistance is what it's referred to as. And legendary action of...
I use my legendary action to force him
You don't have a
to
legendary
eat
action.
my
I
whole
apologize.
ass. No, I'm just kidding.
Consent. That's a spell called consent.
It's called command.
No, see, in that case, that's him in lizard form turning Yinfir into an Angus beef.
No, stop. This line of uncomfortable conversation.
Okay, no.
Yes. Let's just before this goes down a rabbit hole we cannot.
Fair enough.
All right.
I hate all of you.
This whole day is exactly what I need. This whole evening, just
Yeah.
what I needed.
He just. So basically, I cast the spell.
and
it
he
goes bippity boppity, fucking nothing happens.
nothing happens.
And he just looks at me, and I'm like,
You're supposed to be a squirrel.
Now that I know what you are attempting to cast on, if you really wish to verify, you may ask your mother. I cannot smile as a lizard. I can smile as a human.
His hair is ruined, by the way.
Arnett!
It's just all in his face.
He puts it back.
Oh my god.
What's my
Arnett?
name called? Yes.
hit him for me, and I'll walk away.
I just feel like this is the scene from Tropic Thunder. Whenever he's on the big screen, he's like, I need a grip. Punch him in the face as hard as you can.
Yes.
Are you
Arnett.
serious?
He just looks at Arneth, raises
And
a
I'm like
brow.
halfway up the stairs. Do I look like I'm joking? And I leave.
No wonder Rose asked me to look after him.
God, I'm so excited.
He's a good boy underneath it all.
How about we say that I hit you?
His form changes so there's a bruise on his eye now.
He's gonna know. Okay, it's whatever. I'll
That's
figure it out
gorgeous.
later. I will call your bullshit later.
Will you though?
Maybe. I'm going up to Rose and just... Is the door open or closed?
As always, it is open.
Where's my little goblin boy?
I'm literally just like
Right there.
walking in there like a fucking cowboy from a goddamn Western movie, sauntering into a saloon and like, what? What is that? Downstairs.
Can I? You look put out.
Phrasing?
Can I help you?
Can you help me? Yeah. What's Zine doing?
I assume helping.
And what are you doing with Zine? He said... Is he paying you? Are you doing work with him? What's going on?
She
He makes the bruise go away.
closes the book. She slides it to the side.
I'm so sweaty right now.
She
You guys.
steeples her fingers together and leans forward and says, with a rueful smile, what a client and I do together is of no concern of yours.
What?
I believe you have someone to track down.
This is awful.
Zine, it was nice knowing you while it lasted.
Yeah, except he can eat you in fear later.
I love Rose so much. She is like bad bitch energy.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
I'm just like, I've been betrayed by both parents. I can't believe this.
Both
I'm sure you'll get over it.
Yenfir, darling. I simply asked for Zine to continue doing what he's always been doing with you all. Just taking care of you.
Well, what is that all about? He's trying to look sexy or something.
Or maybe he's just trying to look less intimidating.
He just landed as a dragon outside. Do you think he gives a
Right.
shit about any of that?
Well,
Listen,
maybe if the proper application were applied, as opposed to going, why are you so big? Mocking you openly, she is. Maybe instead of that, you go, I have respect for you, but you're rather intimidating. Try something different. And he acquiesced to my request. Maybe he just likes me better than
Can't believe you just said that.
I can.
You know, fine. I have work to do. I'll talk to you later, Mother. And I'll leave.
Love you.
Oh,
Me.
Ian,
Tell Zine I said hello.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Down the stairs, just. Ah!
Poor Yinfair. He's just stressed. He needs a Xanax. He'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
Basically, he needs someone to cast calm emotions.
Down the staircase you go.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that I've explained to Zine what we're doing.
That's fair. First, we do need to stop by the temple.
Yeah, the temple, and we need to get Grimly some gear.
Me
Well,
originally was gonna ask mom for money, but now I'm like way too shook, so I'm just like, I'll use my own gold.
believe I have enough spare coin to at least get some basic armaments.
Are you three?
I'm still not. I'm not used to this new voice.
Are you three ready to go?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. So your information has led you to believe that this young person that you're trying to track down is either in the market district or in the docks. Those are the two areas. What other information you have, and mostly in the market district on the northeastern part where the nicer houses are, or in the northern part of the dock wards just at the edge of the market, again, where nicer establishments but lower income has been. So, where would you like to start? Well, temple. We're going to go ahead and fade over that. You arrive at the temple in your current form. Do you any fanfare, anything you would like to add to this or say or anything else like that?
As I realize I muted myself. He will look for the priest.
Okay, easy enough to
The
find.
head priest, yeah.
Yeah, easy enough to find. One of the acolytes offers to take the money from. Just adjusting this like. One of the acolytes offers to take the money from you, but of course you decline and present it to him directly. He thanks you and says, kind of along the same lines of, if you ever need our services again, please do stop by.
I will keep that in mind.
All right. With that being said, the other two who are kind of in the market area, the other thing that you wanted to do was purchase Grimley's gear. Grimley, you had you didn't have anything magical. You just had like the starting equipment, right? Okay, that is all easy enough to replace. So,
Well,
find.
The only thing I won't get back is the bird, the +1 AC bird feathered cloak that Zion gave him.
Oh,
You won't.
I'll have to modify my own cloak to make you a baby version.
So you
The
take
single
in,
feather.
you purchase armor, you purchase
go hunt
another
down a
hammer
rock.
and a shield and a messenger bag to go with your stuff.
Replace the mud.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. The one thing that you don't have and can't get back is your holy symbol. However, you know where you can get one. In the meantime, you will channel your energy through the hammer.
A hammer, or do I get my mace back?
Oh, you had a mace, didn't you?
Mhm.
I'm sorry. For some reason, I was thinking you had a hammer. No, mace. Absolutely.
Little Thor.
Mm-hmm. It's a rock hammer used for like those little bitty tiny rock hammers.
I was supposed to have a little drum from the beginning. Can I just get a little drum as well?
Absolutely. So go ahead and replace your gear with the starting equipment because it's easy enough to come by and it's not too expensive, so it won't banks on anything. As you are meandering about, looking for this young lady, I would like for all of you to give me investigation checks, and I'll come back to those in a second. You arrive at the second address, you two over there, and it's a small home, 2 stories though. It looks like it's been cared for, but not recently cared for. Some of it's starting to sag in places. The door is closed. There is a simple note on the outside that says, "Those who have come to attempt the impossible, please come around back to the garden." And you see a small stone path that leads around the back of the house and a small fence that encircles there.
Okay.
Awesome. As you circle back to the back of the house, you can see a young woman. She's probably in her mid-20s. She has long, dark hair that's brushed straight and hangs to about the middle of her back. Standing next to her, doting over her, and she seems to be just kind of staring straight ahead. You see a woman who would look like an older version of her, much shorter hair, and it's kind of pulled up. Beside her is another man who is probably in. They're both the man and the woman are probably 50s, and they both look kind of at a loss, or more along the lines of they haven't given up hope, but every time somebody comes in, it's kind of like, well, we'll see if it works. So, but as you come around the corner, they kind of look at you and they kind of gesture like, "What's going on?"
Hi. My name is Callista, and this is my husband, Gillet.
We're going to be here and try to bring some joy to your lives. We hope.
Loving that confidence, Gillet.
Right?
Look, neither one of us are bards. We really should have went and got Yinfir. But,
It's your first mistake.
believing Yinfir is competent?
No. Thinking I'm anything other than a joke.
So,
Hey.
so what are you going to do?
Well, first we're going to identify who's Hester.
The older lady holds up her hand.
So, perhaps you could tell us a little bit more about the situation? Is it all of you that need to be cheered, or is it perhaps just the young lady? I just would wish to know more information.
She come down a few days ago. Didn't seem to be herself. Asked her what was wrong, and Obed, my husband, he was there with breakfast, and she just seemed to stare off in the distance, not saying much, nothing. And she's been that way ever since. Been near on 7 days or so. We're not sure what it is. She doesn't make a noise. She doesn't do anything. We had to feed her of our own. We had to tend to her, change her, clothe her, bathe her, like she were a baby again. She went out the night before with some friends, came back, and this is the condition she was in the morning. Obed and I run confectionery store. The daughter works in there with us. And we don't know what's wrong. We've really had a few stop by and see, and they tried their best to break her melancholy, but it seems like nothing seems to be breaking it. We're not sure what's going on.
There's no magic about her, is there? Any issue that she might have had there?
Obed speaks up for Hester and says, "No, sir, we ain't done no magic. Nothing that we know. Like my woman said, she were hanging out with friends, and then she come home, and the next morning, this is how she were."
Callista's gonna go kind of crouch down in front of the young lady in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's just gonna kind of wave her hand slowly back and forth in front of her eyes, just to see if her eyes track her hand at all.
Nope, no motion. She doesn't even blink.
Lights are on, nobody's home.
Correct.
I would like to attempt something. We'll see if it works.
Hester says to you, "If an breaker, and do it out of this. You do what you need to do."
I would like to cast message.
They both kind of look at each other and look back at you and shrug.
This is This is me as a player
Oh,
talking to you.
you
Yeah,
just
I want to cast message because she
Mhm.
didn't follow my fingers, so there's a chance that she's locked in her own mind. So I
Mhm.
want to try and get in contact with that portion of her.
Okay.
So I'm
you're
going to
sending
try and use message for that because that would go directly into her brain, which the assumption would be that she would be able to reply if she is able to. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to ask her
message.
what happened 7 nights ago.
You cast out with your mind reaching to, and you find the response is very simple. It is not the response of a 25-year-old-ish woman. It is the response of a child. Replying back to you because I cannot do a child's voice anymore. Throat is wrecked. That she and her friends were playing. The moon was out. She remembers thinking that it was very late and she would be in trouble if she didn't hurry home. She ran home as fast as she could, and as she went, she bumped into a man. He was scary. Not scary in the way that he looked, but scary in the way. And again, this is over you casting message a couple of times because it's only limited to so many words.
And it's a cantrip, so she just keeps casting it.
Yeah. You get the idea that it was a scary man. Not scary in the way that he looked, but his seemed to scare her. She gives you kind of see, she describes the best she can, as in he was dressed in red. He had no hair, and he had lines on his face.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He touched her head, and this is how she's been.
Does this match the description of the fucking Archmages? Or the guy in red from
That would be
weeks
one of the
ago,
Archmages.
which was when Callista got arrows in the chest?
That would have been an Archmage, yes. You don't know. Give me.
Well, I guess that's more of a recollection to match the description that she gave
Yeah.
me to.
Give me a straight intelligence, just straight intelligence roll.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right then.
A lot like one of those guys.
Okay. And then she's going to look to the parents. Have you thought to bring her to the Acadium at all?
What? I have. Only it. We ain't much for gold. We keep the store open, tired enough to keep a food on our table. But I know that they charge for such a thing, and I want to. I do, but what's the good of having our daughter return to us if we got no place to live and nothing to show for?
No.
I mean, we'd have our daughter. We're horrible.
No.
And you see them kind of, wavering back and forth.
Nobody blames you. And nobody is going to blame you for having to make a very tough decision. Alright, Cap.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I want to do, mostly because there isn't really a spell in her repertoire available to her. This is what she'd like to do. She would use Detect Magic to start,
Mm-hmm.
to find those threads of magic that's keeping this young woman locked in this state.
Okay.
Okay? And then, if it's possible, it's going to kind of be a two-pronged attack, with attack being in quotation marks. She would want to use... Shield is only supposed to be used on yourself, but she'd like to use it to protect this woman's psyche instead, and then use Magic Missile to sever those threads when she's found them. It would be super delicate, require intense amounts of concentration, and something is probably going to happen with wild magic, of that I am sure. But this is what I would like to do. This is what I, as a sorceress, would like to do.
You would like to enter a fugue state that allows you to get on the same plane that she is at least in her mind. Find those ties in the weave that have bound her in this state. And using magic, we'll say, to scalpel-like sever those ties to the...
Yep.
Oh, you bet your sweet ass something with wild magic may happen, but I will allow you to do this.
Excellent. What do you need from me?
All right. The first thing I'm going to need is for you to allow you to enter in the state. You're going to have to give me... I know exactly what I want. I want a wisdom saving.
Sure thing. That I don't have in spades, but we're going to do it anyway.
Okay. You concentrate, but as much as you try, you can't quite get to that. It's like you're coming against a barrier that's preventing you.
Okay.
Maybe there might be something that can help you with that, but you'd have to figure out what that is. There might be something that will allow you to transcend there, but I'm not. But you'll have to figure out how to do that.
You know what? This works really well with the thing that I did last week when we leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, she is going to sit there and throw out the plea to anything that is listening for help. And the patron I chose for my warlock abilities is the Archfey.
You're not sure where the rose petals came from, but they seem to blow around you. You look at your husband and he is standing stock still. And as you're watching, you actually realize that he's not just standing still. His breathing has almost slowed. As you look around, you realize you're moving. This is a beautiful figure, androgynous and tall, impossibly tall and slender, like a sprig of a willow, strides towards you. It bends down, the long face looking like a cross between a deer and a human. This like nose that's pressed in and dark. You see soft ears, almost like excuse me, pointed like an elf, but you can see that they're supple. There's a fine hair all over the face. It folds its hands as it looks into your face. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Is it?
Well, my husband and I walked away from a tournament, so yes. It's a good afternoon.
Well, we'll see how the rest of it turns out. You've called me here, so...
I require a little bit of assistance.
This should be interesting.
This
What assistance do you need?
there seems to be a barrier holding this woman back from her own mind. I'm not quite as equipped as I would like to handle this.
Hmm.
I think perhaps with a little bit more power, I might be able to assist her in breaking the chains that shackle her mind.
Velvet fingers touch the side of your face. At what cost?
What would you require?
Oh, such pleasantries. I tell you what. I'll come cash in, but I'll do this for you. Understand, from here on out, you owe fealty to me and me alone. Are we of accord?
I never worshipped a god before, so I don't see why not.
Please, you do me a disservice. I'm no god.
No.
I'm much more fluid than that. Fine, but I will say this. Be careful what you ask for. And it taps the tip of your nose. And you kind of like look for a second. And it's gone. The scene is there. You're sitting on the ground, cross-legged still. You can see the girl sitting in the chair, child that spoke to you. You can see that there are barbs there. They're stuck, and thin silver filament wraps around her, holding her in place where she cannot move. She's crying, sobbing. She struggles against it, and you can see it leave small cuts in her as she struggles against it.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to reach out and touch her where the silver filament isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast shield. And since she's touching me, it would envelope her as well. And then I'm going to very carefully and very slowly start breaking each one with magic missile. Because I get 3 missiles per, but like I'm directing them very carefully and
Right. As you break the first one, she winces, but you can see that she's expecting pain to come. But as you concentrate on that, you realize that she opens her eyes and looks around. She looks at you in wonder as the first barb, then the second break, and then the third shatter. The silver filaments fall to the side, and you feel a strong hand of a young lady, mid-20s, grip your own. You are knocked back and laying on your back. You were not dead, but that hurt. You're exhausted. I would like for you to take 1 level of exhaustion. You try to recall any spells right now, and none come to mind.
Oof.
Okay.
All right. You don't know how long, but you're trying to remember how to do any spell, and all of a sudden it's like, but you look across the way and you see the young lady blink her eyes and then squeeze them tight. And you can see water well because she hasn't blinked. You don't know how long. Immediately, she stands up, and both parents are on her. They hold her. They both look at you. What did you do? Actually, what'd you do? Gillet's asking the same thing. What did you do?
What did you do, Callista?
What did you do?
Well,
I brought your daughter back.
That you did. We owe you more than we can ever repay. And you start to see them kind of look around, like trying to find anything that they can give you.
Just
hey, your husband needs shoes.
Just sign the writ. That is all the payment we require.
The man totters over to you, happily takes and signs it, folds it, hands it. If you're ever this way and you need anything, food, a bit of a confectionery, any sort of thing, just let us know. We're at your. We can't thank you enough for what you've done for us.
Callista's gonna look at Gillet. We may have a bigger problem.
Okay.
We're gonna go cash this in, and I'm gonna tell you on the way.
All right. As you go back to the adventuring hall, back to the guild hall, telling him what's happened along the way, we're going to go back to our other group.
Our motley crew.
With all of them crits, you catch wind of a few people, and at first it seems like this is going to be futile. You're looking for a needle that looks different in a stack of needles. So it's like, okay, what are we doing? You don't have any information.
Mm-hmm.
But you start casing the area, asking questions. And Yenfear's background is what? Entertainer?
What is my background? Hold on a sec.
V, what is Grimley's
Outlander.
background? Outlander? Chief, your background is Outlander as well, is it?
Yeah. Outlander
Zine?
guide.
Zine was a
what's-
hermit. Sure.
My
Okay,
background's
I know.
charlatan, actually.
Perfect.
Even better.
It might seem very weird to the three people with him that Zine is being very charismatic. Right?
I don't like this at all.
He's charming. He's witty. He's very charismatic.
I fucking hate him.
Jack.
Ananthus is looking at him like, huh, so he's a liar.
Hard eyes.
Jack, it's a symbol you've seen before, but it hasn't had much weight since you and your party's intervention. But you catch wind of a figure who is working a booth, who is wearing a symbol of the noose.
Oh, yay.
He catches your eye, and you see that he's paying attention, and he's one of the people that one of the other three start asking questions of. And he immediately starts to get kind of closed off. Like he's not being dishonest, he's not lying, he's just sort of guarding what he's saying. And you instantly recognize it without even doing a roll. You instantly recognize it. He's deflecting, and it's because you've seen this before. You know that he's
Shines the lamp in his face. Talk!
summons a lamp, shines the lamp.
Light spell. Zing.
Literally.
All right.
Okay. Very interesting.
Are you going to press him anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
What are you going to say? What are you going to ask him? Or what are you going to present?
Fuck. God damn it. You want me to improv? Ghosting.
Grumpy cleric. Sup, bro? Órale, vato. Órale, wey.
Somebody think of things to say. I'm going to... Can I cast a spell?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
This is not a spell-free zone. You are good to cast.
Dominate person. No, I'm just kidding.
Just
That's
walk up
all-
going, I'm the alpha.
Literally just step on his fucking head. Okay,
Grab him by
I'm
the
think-
giblets. I'm the alpha.
literally. Arnath is like, what the fuck? What
Arnath's
kind of
like,
season is this?
Kinda.
So that's what you two get up in there.
Human design's funny.
I don't kiss at all, okay?
Yeah, it's how I'm. Well, actually, no. Someone can ask
Not
him.
when
I'll
Grimly's
explain
around.
Not when Grimly's around, which is up.
Yeah.
Wop. Okay. I'm thinking
Gobbo blocked.
Gobbo blocked. It's true though. I kind of wanted to try suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like a good use of it, but
Sure, you can use suggestion.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
suggestion.
cast
I thought you
Okay.
said
Yeah, sure.
seduction.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
seduction.
The
I
infant
mean, I
just walks in
could.
and
I'm
goes,
a bard.
nice
Yeah, you
cantaloupes.
could.
He just turns around. I'm holding melons.
Thank you.
Can I interest you in some of these? I'm just gonna ask him if, like, he's sure that's everything. Like, you know, just kind of,
Like, you really want to tell us more?
yeah. Sort of try and get him to open up like a beautiful flower.
He looks at you and goes, maybe I do know some more. Look, she was really pretty.
I bet.
Yeah. I don't want to admit it to the rest of the crew, but there may have been some fleecing, and not me fleecing a client, but me getting fleeced.
I know.
I've seen her here yet again, and I saw her not too long ago. For a fact.
Really?
At least I'm pretty sure it was her. She's kind of unique looking, so
Me with a notebook. Really? Tell me more. Unique how?
I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. What
Sometimes
did you
it's
do?
good to get things off of your chest.
You don't want to make an enemy of the noose.
Sharing
dream
is
of it.
caring.
What did you
Darn
say?
it, nobody asked.
What did Yenfear say?
What did I say?
He said you don't want to make an enemy of the noose.
Oh, I wouldn't
No
dream of
problem.
it. Of course. Not. Your reputation precedes you.
Good. Well, I may have seen her that way. And he points back towards, like, the dock wards, which you know that she was kind of making her way on the northern side,
Okay.
east to west. All right. As you are moving along, that was your critical. The other critical that we had in that catches a few sounds down an alleyway. And it's not pleasant sounds of someone. Anyways, it's
dot dot dot.
the sounds of threats.
We have brothels here. You don't have to do it in an alleyway.
And raised voices. As you look down the alleyway, you can kind of make out a form. You see you see 6 men dressed in dark leather armor. Very familiar dark. you see them. They've got one of them has a young woman pinned to the wall. She has.
no.
Well, I can describe her for you, but I've got a better idea. Go ahead and join us at the table if you would.
Surprise.
All right, we need to get an invite out to go ahead and paste your email into the Foundations of Adalar chat, please.
The
And if we can
elven
get a
woman's
Zoom
light
message out.
skin is fairly visible in her outfit that is clearly unfit for battle.
You bitch.
Skin is tucked in at the hips to give her legs more mobility, and there is a tattoo on her right thigh. She is barefoot, and she is also wearing what appears to be a black bra with no discernible way of staying up. Well,
You bitch.
on her arms and neck, being thrashed around with her movements. A hood simply sits on her shoulders with some sort of golden pattern on the trim, blocking her face for a moment. She quickly turns her head towards the party as she sees them approach, an auburn hair partially in her face from the rage of battle, with a furious look upon her face. Ask them, are all of you just going to stand and watch?
And with that, we're going to take a break. I'd like to welcome Tuna to the chat, an old friend of ours and a former player who has joined us again. We're going to take a quick break, like 10 minutes maybe, and we want to go ahead and get Tuna on cam. So go ahead and send your email to Maddie so that we can get you added in. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with a new player. So everybody stick around, and we'll see what this battle entails and what's going to happen here.
I felt for you. Oh, I regret for losing the one who loved me, for who I can't go back to. Walking through all the dust, memories and frame, a past we simply let fade. Oh, but I don't close the door, waiting a chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel so crazy, my heart breaks for you. Can't help but know that I'm still in love with you. You make me feel so. When there's no hope, loving for you who saw me before I knew who I'd be. What I have around me means nothing to me if I can't share it with you. Walking through all the dust, memories and frame, a past we simply let fade. But I don't close the door, waiting the chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel so crazy, my heart breaks for you. Can't help but know that I'm still in love with you. You make me feel so. Time stops when I'm falling for you. The world stops spinning. My head is spinning too. Time stops when I'm falling for you.
Hint.
Something.
Welcome back. Surprise! Look what I was holding in my back pocket all day long. It's like, when did we start working on this? You'd messaged me, what, Saturday, I think?
Yeah. I was like, I really miss D&D.
What warmed my heart was I miss D&D and I miss playing with you. And I was like, no.
I was like,
So-
I really miss like you and the rest of the party. Like, I really wanted to come back.
Well, we are glad to have you in whatever capacity and for however. As I was saying before going on break, yes, we kept this all under wraps because a certain person, Miss Pink Rambo Maddie, and Tuna are fast friends, and I was kind of keeping this under wraps, and it was really great trying to get all of this set up, get added into the game, and get the and get added into the Discord, and then get added into the so it was like, oh, all of this, so we hashed it out perfectly. So with that being said, she has made a plea for help from the four of you who are standing in the end of the alley, and Jack, who isn't here yet.
How many fools are there
6.
assaulting this woman?
There are 6 of them, and there's only one of her. Not very fair.
We don't know that.
The human Zion will step forward and is like, well, gentlemen, can leave now. I can make sure you are heavily out in a few cents. Take your
He looks down the alleyway at you and goes, "You seen your fight? Move along."
He
We're
just
about to make it a
smiles.
fight.
Are you sure?
Gentlemen, dragon.
Would anybody like to
Yeah.
get?
Not in
anybody
an alley.
like to get off now?
Before we begin, would anybody like to get off?
No?
Or out, I guess, of the alleyway.
Yeah, he'll just crack his fingers.
Case,
And you know what?
Zine,
Yeah, it's
Steve
like-
Rogers.
It's like, no, actually, I'm gonna. It's like, all right then. Before we begin, would anybody like to get off this ride?
They kind of look at each other in confusion and look back. What the hell are you going on about?
Wolves.
Okay. 1,482
Oh
wolves.
God, come on.
It's just a wall of wolves. You've seen Wall of Fire. You've seen Wall of Stone. Now, Wall of Wolves.
Are you sure
Wolf
we
pack
can't
form
just talk about this?
Yeah.
The stupidest
Yay,
thing.
a furry con.
No, it's just 8. It's basic 3rd level. No added. Just 8 wolves
8
suddenly
wolves.
surround these guys.
Oh, I like the idea of a wolf dome.
Snarling.
You now entered the wolf dome.
He'll just smiles like, should I add more, or do you want to leave?
Another.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage because you made wolves just go poof.
Ironically,
You-
though,
you get a
charisma is
wolf,
still
and
a
you get a
0,
wolf,
so I don't get any
And
bonus.
you get a
to
wolf,
this.
and you get a wolf. Everyone gets a wolf.
18.
See if their insight is any better. Which I already know the answer. But we're going to do it anyway. No. They look at you, the one that's got his arm like up against your chest, pushes off and like kind of like throws you to the ground, and then starts to step back. The rest of the assassins, he kind of motions to them, and they start to move back down the alleyway away. The one that had you penned, looks back at you, Alethra, and says, "I won't always be around to protect you. We'll be back." And he fades down the alleyway, keeping his eyes on the wolves, like keeping his back to the end of the alleyway. Bye. All right.
At that point, he'll walk. Well, that seems settled. He'll offer
A hand to help her up off of the street. Despite the weather here, which it's summer, so it's not. It's a very Mediterranean feel, so it's not like it's not super warm. It's not super cool either. But she seems to be a bit underdressed for the current weather.
Offered me? Sorry, who offered to help get me up?
Zine, the human with black hair with blue shot through it.
Gonna kind of look him up and down like really quickly. She will reach her hand out to take his and stand up. And she sort of looks at the party like a little suspiciously. You guys want like a freebie or something?
No.
Group rates.
What sort of freebie?
You looking for, babe?
Oh man, you are so
Jack's
lucky
not
Jack
here.
is not here.
Yeah. I'll just go, well, honestly, I'd like to keep you
Your mic's breaking up again, Eric. Sorry.
You're cutting in and out.
I'm sorry.
He's just excited. That's all.
It's like a freebie.
It's a new person.
Fresh meat.
Somebody I haven't met. I like friends. I don't have many. And I was like, well, honestly, I had no other had ulterior motives.
Gives him this really weird look, like, Well, if it's going to be all four of you, I definitely am going to have to charge.
What? Arnett is
Well,
just more and more confused.
well, the offer is enticing. I did not have that in mind.
He is actually going to try and just slip away.
We're all looking at her.
Try and make a break for it. She out of here.
Right, well,
There's still 8 wolves on the other end.
Oh, well, I forgot about the wolf wall.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah,
She turns-
wolves.
Let
she
them
tries
go
to run. She
yet.
looks
They're
at the
still
wolf
there.
wall and is like,
Cap.
Yes.
Did Rose give us like a name of the person we were?
Didn't know the name. Just had a description and what they were doing, which was enticing people and fleecing them for their monies.
Does
An
she
offer of
mind
services
talking to
exchanged. The thing about it is, I don't know. Given Arneth's like innocence, would he know? Would he know like when we say exchange for services? Like would he go like what? Like
Yeah.
Is she washing
do
the
they
car?
cook? Is she washing their clothes? What is she doing?
Pretty much. Does she fit the description?
She seems. Are you? Yeah, she seems to fit the description. She's a woman. She's elf.
Female
Don't know.
check. Elf
She's female
check.
elf. Female elf.
Okay.
Check. Both of those things check off. She's young. Check. So
Right.
Her design, heck yeah, she is. But
Would you happen to know Rose?
no. I mean, you would know a little bit about her by name, but just because of like some of the people that she is involved
She's
with.
got quite a booming business going. Okay.
sort of gives a soft nod, and she's like, I'm aware, but
I would like for all 4 of you who are there to give me a perception check.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna perceive the
dice.
fuck out of this bitch.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not even looking. It's like
How are you
barely,
so?
she's barely dressed, and I'm just like, no,
question.
eyes away.
Answer.
Okay.
Am
Hold
I
on.
counting the wolves?
No.
Me already with my knife out? The fuck you say? I heard my mom's name in your mouth.
You missed what she said before.
I did.
Also, yeah, Grumpy Cleric is right. Someone who doesn't know I'm a giant dragon and thinks I'm a giant grumpy asshole.
Actually, in this form, you haven't been a grumpy asshole yet.
You've been
Yeah.
weirdly nice, Ida.
This is the mentality he takes as a human, because the grumpy asshole is what people expect out of a lizard man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Makes sense.
grumpy asshole humans just kind of get stabbed a lot.
Yenfear and Arneth.
Me.
So Chief and Jack. You're looking at this young woman, elf woman. She has tattoos on her thigh. And something about them is striking a very, very recent memory. Like you've seen the pattern or something matches in your mind.
Would Key
Wait a minute.
help with
I don't
that?
notice this, but I think I might know what she is.
Would keen mind help with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you jerk. It is not the full pattern, but it is the start to a pattern that you saw on the Archmages. With the tattoos that they had, it's a very similar pattern. Quite the same, but you can see parts of it that match.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! Okay,
What are we doing here again?
Swords out!
Yeah, literally, what's our whole... what are we doing? Are we taking her in? Like, what are we doing?
Rose has asked you to find out who she is. You know that Rose doesn't corner the market on running a brothel. There are more of them in this town. But this is the Bunny Ranch. The Silken Sash is the place to go.
The Silken Sash is McDonald's.
Silken... let's not cheapen. No.
Don't cheapen her like that. Can't believe
If I am to say the Bunny Ranch in Nevada, a lot of you may know what that is. It's a famous brothel. It's in Nevada.
I had no idea.
The Silken Sash that's because you're such a sweet innocent.
Yeah, you're literally Arneth in real life. I'm gonna go ahead and say your intelligence score is higher in real life, though.
Yeah, this just a little. It's a 1.
It's a 1 modifier. Okay. Wow, you said it. You not me.
In that instance, since she runs that operation, if there is anyone that is doing something that might be outside of an operating point, she would want one of two things. She'd want them to stop, or at least be protected by the Silken Sash, because they can offer that to them. You know, hey, instead of being out here on your own in the streets where something could happen to you, come work with us. You'll be protected. You'll always have a place to live, stay. We pay our people fair wages, so there's no glass ceiling. Everybody gets paid.
So
you can earn as much as you want.
Yennefer needs to start launching into the sales pitch.
We're here to offer you a job.
Have you ever wanted to work from home? Be your own boss.
Oh god, not. Oh god.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
I was gonna say. Also, since Elithria looked Zine up and down, his current outfit, he looks similar to Battle Mage right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Silken Sash Initiative.
I hate this. I'm having our bomb flashback.
Symbol.
I hate this. Okay.
We're in the end game now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, Arneth, you know where the tattoos are. Yennefer, you recognize them from something very recent. Elithra, you can see that, and I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. I'll get it eventually.
That's correct.
You see that Zine is dressed in robes like a recent departed companion, I would say. He's dressed in battle mage gear, but he doesn't have the bald head. So, and you see that they have a little goblin.
Voldemort, is that you?
Ma'am, we were sent to search for you. We would like to introduce you to someone very nice.
Like, I already don't want to do this, but I have to, so it's like... Unless you'd like to spend more time in alleyways, I suggest you come with us and you have a little chat with someone who might be able to ensure you a better future.
Sort of looks up and down at the elf, and she's like, "Okay, listen, hot stuff."
Listen, you piece of shit.
She said hot stuff.
Really, really appreciate the offer. but I don't work for anybody anymore.
And I can see that's working out very well.
That was a speed bump. I probably could have handled myself just fine.
Listen. Listen, as I open.
Listen.
Hold on a minute.
Okay. Because nothing else came after that.
We're all listening.
All we heard was listen, and that
shut
was
up.
it.
Arnett is literally just gonna reach over and cover Ian Fear's mouth before he says anything angry.
The half orc just goes clamp.
Yep.
Could you just come with us and just talk?
I mean, let's
And if
lay
you
this out. The half orc that's talking to you right now has this really cool, like shaved head ponytail thing, looking like a snack.
He's tasty. 10 out of 10 tasty.
Real tasty.
Would you trust this man?
Yes.
With my life, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks about it for a minute, and she's like, only for a talk.
You cut out.
She says, only for a talk. Okay.
Thank you. He will give her this award-winning smile.
Tusk.
Is your hand, like, still on my mouth?
Yes.
Probably.
Mm. You'll like her. At least more than these people. You know what? Let's just go. Time's a-wasting.
Gillet and Callista, you have made your way back to the Silken Sash, taking care of Job's a bit of concern about you. A jaunty jingle of coin and bag seems to bounce next to you as you walk. A very familiar, foppishly dressed individual. So, tell me, what have you been about today? You look a bit beat up, my friend. You should tend to those wounds.
I'll walk it off.
Make sure you do not walk it off into a grave, I'm just saying.
That's not funny. Don't joke about that.
We don't joke about death.
It's a little funny.
No. No.
No?
No. Mm-mm. Joking about that's not funny.
Apparently I need new material. Alright, so where are we going? What adventures await us? Ready to return the relics to where they need to be?
I'm not saying no, but you know how that we just talked about me taking a nap?
Feeling that thing first.
The journey is several days. You can take plenty of naps away.
And
No better time to start than now.
and you plan on just having him nap while he walks?
Of course not.
He's going to carry me.
But I will. Wait, one. No. We buy a cart. We get Arnett to pull the cart. Because he's strong like an ox. And then
He's a workhorse.
we take the cart away.
I support this.
It will be. It will all work out.
I'm going to tell him that you consider him nothing better than a plow horse.
That is not what I said.
But
I said that he
is
is strong like an ox.
exactly what you insinuated.
Well, I mean, he can take away from that whatever.
But no, I need to go find myself some armor and inform the party we may have a slight problem.
Oh, so you're going back to that wonderful building with the beautiful women.
And beautiful men. Not that I noticed that anymore.
Not that I have eyes for anyone but my husband, dearest, whom I love.
Blind to anyone.
Gillet just lays down and curls up somewhere.
No,
Alright,
he
so-
he knows he's the only man for her, but she's also not blind nor does she not have a pulse.
That's such a Yenfear thing to say.
You know,
She's been
quite
hanging around
honestly,
him too much.
and now that I have a little coin on me, did you know that there was a fight earlier? I think I may have seen you there. So, funny story. I stand over there and I move my lips and I make symbols with my hands, and the next thing you know, a ball of darkness appeared. I win money. It was wonderful. I loved it. It was great.
That crafty bastard!
You bet on us.
What are you talking about? I didn't see you there.
Oh my god. He bet on us, knowing I was gonna catch him. So he.
I mean, if he'd bet that we'd succeed, what's the issue?
He is a very smart man. See, I see why you've married him. Quite intelligent.
We possibly destroyed this man's entire psyche that night. He thought he was having an honorable battle. And
He'll be
this
fine.
man.
We didn't do anything.
He'll be fine.
Oh my god.
You hate him, I know. I have
He's
coins!
just having a fucking meltdown in real life.
Let's go have a good time. I will buy you a drink. What's that?
You know what? No, you can buy me a new set of armor.
He takes the purse off of his hip and kind of shakes it and looks inside of it like this. Ooh, that's going to be a hard pass for him. He puts it back on his belt.
I do need a set of studded leather armor, though. So
Did you talk to someone?
Well,
You have coin now, right?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Oh, right. Well then, I'm going to have a bit of fun. We'll see you get the silken sash.
God, I wish I could say I don't know you.
I can say that.
Deep down inside, she really loves him.
I do. As a player, I love this character so much. As a character, I can't fucking stand him.
He is. He kind of like skips ahead of you. No rapier still on his hip again. And as you watch, you can see that one heel of the boot kind of flops a bit as he carries forward.
There's a cobbler in town.
No, thank you. I don't like pie.
No, not.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
For the record, he was there when we ruined him.
Oh, that's true.
So there really isn't.
No, he knows about him, but poor man. It's a good thing you don't need boots again.
Why aren't you wearing any shoes? Oh, it's you again. No, leave, go.
He attempts to ban half orcs from his fucking shop.
No shoes, no service.
Isn't that the point?
I don't understand why I'm not turning a profit.
Why is my business failing?
Walk in his Zion lizard form, stare him down, dare him to say something.
He's a gnome. He would just go, shoes? All right.
So yeah, no, Callista wants to head to a leather maker or a
Easy enough
leathersmith
to do.
so that she can get herself a set of studded leather armor with the
Okay,
newfound coin she's got.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and mark it unless you want something special, then we'll do a bunch of rolling. But if you're just looking
No,
for
I'm
standard.
just looking for standard.
Okay, then you absolutely have a suit of studded leather armor. Go ahead and mark off the.
How much is that going to cost me?
You can find it in D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond, folks. It's there and it's great.
It's like light armor.
What?
Quack?
Duck. You cut out.
God damn it, Mike.
Bend it a little closer. Just put it in your mouth.
That's practically where it's at.
It's pretty close. All right. You go off to find studded leather armor. The 5 of you return back to the Silken Sash, Rose is standing in the foyer. She looks like she's getting ready for the night shift, and so she is directing people to go. She is looking at a list of guests that have already like basically pre-booked, and she is talking to different ones and like signing out. She's basically doing her job. As you walk in, she turns and says, "Is this our agent Nefaria?"
I'll look her up and down. Yeah, I guess so. We found her in an alleyway.
I love Tuna's body language because I could just see her standing going.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah,
That's literally what I'm imagining your character doing. Is
like
that exact same
that
pose with that expression.
Like,
Imagining it that way.
She's very neutral, evil, bitchy. So with an attitude.
Rose, you can see that she is a bit shorter than Yenfir is, but very easy to see the family lineage. Elven woman. Given Elven standards, she's while she is quite beautiful and ageless, she has actually lived for a very long time. She kind of gives you a look up and down, the same kind of. She goes, I recognize that pose. I believe that I held that at one time myself.
What's that supposed to mean?
That despite my current affairs and the situation that I am in here, that I was a bit of a rabble-rouser and a troublemaker at one point in time. Says every, like, youth pastor.
Just gives like a little huff and kind of like turns, like looks away from her like a bit. So well.
I will offer you this. The Silken Sash has a reputation. We don't take in just anyone as far as business is concerned. We are very discerning when it comes to our clientele base. Here under this roof, you will have a bed. You will have a choice of clientele. You will have a fair pay, more than what you're fleecing people from. You will have my protection as Rose Tandra. All I ask is that you are upfront and honest.
As long as you give me no reason not to be upfront and honest, I suppose there wouldn't be an issue.
Me sharpening my knife in the corner. That's damn right, bitch.
I don't think this woman's scared of you, Yenfer.
What?
I said I don't think this woman's scared of you.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just like always suspicious. Don't trust anyone.
After Gaps and Kane, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked hard to make a good name for myself. While our business in other places is looked down upon, here we are reputable. Deals have been brokered in this building that would not have happened in any other location. Those seeking refuge have found a safe haven within the walls. Here, hostilities have been laid aside for talks. I will give you no reason to betray us, but understand that if you should, my retribution will be swift and heavy.
I love her so much.
Gives like a little like scoff at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, try it.
She is stone-faced and level looking at you. Her green eyes are just like, sink. She's giving you that I'll broke no argument mom look. The one that we all get from our mom.
She's just the shitty teenager, like, you know the boss.
You just don't understand me.
What is your name, child?
Ithra.
I think you will find good place here. And I have a job for you. Already.
Your son, does he get discounts?
What?
Anything having to do with my son, you'll have to take up with his partner.
As in family discount.
Family discount. I'm dead.
No. Although the job does have to do with my son. But not in that manner. So, good thing you both stay dressed.
Kind of looks back over to Yinfir and is like, that's unfortunate.
Pardon?
Cut out.
What did you say?
Said that's unfortunate.
Arneth over there like.
Still clueless.
Still clueless.
Arnett, put
But-
clues in. I ain't ever hit a woman before, but bitch, you really testing me.
This look on Arneth's face.
Ryan just
No,
sighs.
literally.
He'll walk over, stand next to Rose, and just like starting.
I don't know what
My
you're
mic.
saying.
Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting out. He goes, I am really starting to feel my age these days.
Teenagers, what do you do? I
I'm-
told you that I like this look. Loudly enough for Yinfir to hear it.
Don't get any ideas.
Oh my god, she's doing it on purpose.
Don't tell me what to do.
He'll
We're
look
not-
down,
Better.
We're leaving.
but let's say he'll look down at Rose and is like, when are you expecting your friend back again?
Oh, soon.
Let me know.
Absolutely. Now,
Arnett is gonna go over to Rose and like lean over and just whisper, "You deserve better."
You deserve better than this piece of shit.
better than what?
This guy and that other guy, for that matter.
She
Here's-
pats Arneth gently on the cheek. Oh, I know my worth.
Oh god, poor Ian.
Elithra, despite your attitude and your general issues, I think I'm going to like you. I have a simple job for you. Until you are unable to do so, I would like for you to keep watch. Actually, no, Yinfir, I have a job for you until she gets the ropes. I'd like for you to keep an eye on.
Okay.
Excellent. By the way, did you any of you think? And by that time, Callista and Gillett enter into the Silken Sash. There in the foyer is a gathering of people, all of your party plus an additional person, as well as some of the courtesans who are standing back going,
Oh shit.
Plus 2 additional people, actually, because they don't know Zion.
That's right, 2 additional people, because Zion's back. Well, you don't know it's Zion. Strange person.
Who were they?
I'm just flopping on the nearest empty couch.
It's snoozing time. Well, this is Zion. He's flirting with my mother and I want to kill him every day.
Your mother deserves to be happy. Are you trying to prevent her from happiness?
Wait,
You
did you
think
say
I
that
don't
was
know
Zion?
what she needs?
High five me! High five me right now!
You think I don't know what my own mother needs? What she needs is not this
But-
thing
Who are you to dictate?
in Lista?
Zion feels a nudge in his ribcage, and you look over at Rose, who's going, and like, you can see pink right at the edge of her cheeks as she's just laughing.
Callista?
As she's doing that, he'll just put an arm around her shoulders.
Infear literally has PTSD tonight. Like, I just can't.
He
He just doesn't want his mom with anyone. He's like, no.
She covers her mouth, laughs, and then tucks an arm around Zine. It's like Zine's waist.
This ship is so sailed. I don't know what to do. I'm already drawing the fan art.
It's perfect. I love it. I'm sorry, Jack. I love you.
I was waiting so
Clifford's
long to
gonna kinda-
introduce his human form too.
Okay.
This is great.
Okay.
Adjust yourself a little bit and be like,
So, Zine, one
Yes.
second. I promise. One sec. Who is this? And then she's pointing to the other person that she doesn't know.
whatever you want me to be, baby.
She's just gonna lift up her hand. I'm married to that, and she's pointing to her
To
passed
that.
out husband.
That.
Husband is on the couch, lying down, like going to sleep.
This is
Like-
a disaster.
I need to write the future episode where those two have retired from adventuring, and like Gillett has just a little bit of the dad bod, but like the muscle's still there. It's just like a little bit of. He's just on the sofa.
She's gonna be like, listen, you clearly aren't very well versed in my business, but being married is not an issue here.
I mean, she's not wrong. You're already learning. You know,
I don't know who you are, but you come near my husband and I will take your head off.
I mean, she didn't offer him; she offered you.
Yeah, but
listen.
Callista's not interested in women, so it's immediately she's going to go after my husband, and it's like, no.
I'm still lost.
Listen, I'm
I
not
would
going
like-
near unless there are bills being tossed my way.
I would like for Callista and for Gillett to give perception checks as well as you are.
Sure.
So, you know how I'm really good at that?
Yeah.
Two peas in a
Yeah.
pod.
You're too tired. You're just exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Noosh.
All right.
And, having dealt with that, Callista's going to kind of quickly move over to Zine and just kind of throw her arms around him.
He'll other arm.
He's still one around Rose, one around Callista.
Yeah.
And the couch, you just see Gillett raise a hand up.
He'll look,
That.
he'll look down at Callista and it's like, it is good to see you well again.
It's good to be back under the circumstances.
The debt was paid, even if the trip was long.
So I have you to thank then.
Well, you also have Rose to thank.
Oh, you a debt that cannot be
Yeah,
repaid.
let's just forget about
Thank
me.
you, Mom and Dad.
Do anything.
Well,
Arnett, we're leaving.
She looks up at Zine and goes, I want a prenup. I get to keep the silken sash. Should we ever go our separate?
well, he'll just smile and say, it is the business you made yourself. It is only.
And of course, I wouldn't dare ask for any portion of your hoard.
I
This is the worst day of my life.
I'm literally just gonna pick Yenfer up and carry him away.
All right. And as we introduce a new party member and we have Yenfear broken down in tears and be carried
Being
away,
carried away.
Zine and Rose sharing a hearty laugh, and Gillett and everybody relaxing on their respective places. We're going to go ahead and call it to a close. I know we didn't get a whole lot of time with you this week, but you'll be back next week, so that way we can get right back into the adventure. We have some things to resolve. But I want to give a huge thanks to Maddie for hosting, who was playing Callista with us this evening. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Chief. If you loved all of the art during the break, as well as at the beginning of the show, most of that art, a good portion of that art, not all of it, because there's a lot of stuff in there from all of our artists are titled on there. So I know Jack did some art, as well as one of our viewers, Merv, did some art and some other things. But a lot of that was from Interstellar Machine. That is Chief. So a huge thanks to Chief for all that art. We love that. A huge thanks to Steve for always keeping our chat entertaining. He is the pun master. We need to get you an official title.
Oh my!
So
Honestly.
all the puns and the good humor. Huge thanks to Eric. We're glad to have you back this week. We know it was rough, so we're glad to have you back. Though it's always
Yes.
entertaining to see
I needed
Zion in
shenanigans. This
human
was good.
forms. So good. And then, of course, thanks to the quiet one, V, who is a stark contrast to most other characters you play. This is like the quietest character you have.
Sorry.
I know. I feel so bad. I'm like,
He's baby.
So
Sorry.
He doesn't say a whole lot.
Is he though?
He's 6.
Yeah.
Yes, but for a goblin, that's like
No, they don't mature until like 8.
He's like a teenager.
we are literally carting around an actual child.
Yeah.
So when I say we have a child, I'm not wrong.
No.
See,
So we have
Half
V,
the
who is
time we're
playing
not even
Grimly.
talking about Grimly.
Oh. And we have Jack, who is playing Yenfear, who also has art up there, Ritual Blush. Go check them out. Links to their sites are in the Discord, or excuse me, in the Twitch panels. Go check them out. And a huge thanks to our new player for the meantime. We'll see how long. Tuna, a.k.a. Molly, who is playing Elithra. I will get it right and wrong a lot of the times. And I have always been your humble DM. I'm happy to have all of you here. I love it whenever the chat gets involved, and I love having the shenanigans that go on. My Monday nights have been made. Join our Discord if you haven't. A huge thanks to D&D Beyond, our sponsor. We'll be back again tomorrow. At least Dire Bear Adventuring Company will be back again tomorrow with Jason, who is Captain Paragon in chat, running Esper Genesis, a sci-fi game which has Eric in there.
Found out if we died or
Find out if they die or not. Esper Genesis is a 5e based sci-fi game. Alligator Alley is the creator of that. Go check them out. Pretty cool things. This Wednesday we have Atlas running our Wednesday night showcase. I, unfortunately, due to some really cool things that happened in real life, I have another agreement with a local gaming store, so awesome on that one. But I had to step out of Wednesday nights. I'll still be directing and kind of guiding things as they go. But Atlas will be back, and new faces may appear. We'll see. But a huge thanks to all of our patrons. If you'd like to join our Patreon and support us, we'd love having you there. Even your dollar. If not, we just love your viewership anyways. Just hang out with us, chat, and have a good time. And if you want to see the shenanigans when we're not on stream, join our Discord, because there we are. If you all will hang with me for a few moments. Oh, I do want to cover one more thing. As I mentioned earlier, we will have a giveaway for a handmade, one-of-a-kind dice bag, and it will have dice in it. It is a dragon egg style dice bag, so it has scales all the way around it, and it looks fantastic. It is a fabric craft yarn that is being made by Crafty Kernos. If you would like to, you can check out their store site over in the links. Coffee, and I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. The channel that I wanted to raid isn't up yet, so with that being said, coming up here in like 3 minutes, Nerdsmith is going to be hosting a new, not a new show, but one of their podcasts that they normally have is going to actually be doing a live play. They are based in Oregon. And they have, it's a fantastic show. Chad was on there last week on Wednesdays on Discover RPG. You should go check them out. They're really good. Nerdsmith, or it's on Twitch. It's We Are Nerdsmith. They have their own site, nerdsmith.org. Go check them out. Go give them your love. We support them. They support us. So go check them out. And until either next Monday or until you guys show up next Monday or tomorrow or Wednesday, we want to thank you all for tuning in. We love you guys. Have a fantastic evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.